a little while ago, but I wanted to stream it for you guys, and let's see how it goes. Now we're loading it, and this is on franchise mode. The only reason I don't have the best Ravens team in history, because I simmed ahead 10 years, get the most dookie players ever. And there's some pretty bad ones in here. So we're in week 1, and we are against the Raiders. 76 offense, 73 defense, 74 overall. And we're going to play this season. We're getting the full experience, and they are an 82, we are 74. I can't believe Max Crosby is still playing on the Ravens.
Today,
like, it's just
from Las
wild.
Vegas, Nevada.
You look at the bottom of the screen, the Jets beat the Saints 42-24. So we were doing this.
And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by a young man, probably with some butterflies here. A lot of anticipation, making his first NFL start.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory.
HB double so to get the first
and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here
in the NFL.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
And they'll catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And this one is right down Broadway. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Throwing to start the drive. Sanders.
Oh,
the first play of the game going to be intercepted. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. And now, oh boy, this is a bit of a surprise, to be kind. They accepted the holding penalty, so wipe out the interception, and their defense will stay on the field. Okay. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Able to get the 1 yard he
so
needed,
much
but
like
nothing
QB
more.
running plays when my QB is slow.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
That he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They have more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Looking to throw. Douglas. Flush to his right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Three nothing after 1 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. He'll try again, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Ravens are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Come on.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's Sanders throwing on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. A run straight ahead with Achane. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Sanders. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. They get to him for a loss of 4. And it brings up 3rd down on the sack. I think a lot of time when we see a sack, you say, well, you blame it on the offensive line, the quarterback. But here, maybe you just tip your hat to the defender. What a play.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they just get a sense of the play before the ball's even snapped. Kind of like a sprinter anticipating the gun in a race. They're off. And
under pressure again, and down he goes again. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Wiggles free. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
74 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
You should be able to
We've
get
hit
a
the 2-minute
touchdown.
mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Douglas. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. The final shot before break. Sanders. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The third quarter begins with a run by Achane. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Again, it's Achane. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Back to throw. Sanders throwing middle, and it's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Up the middle, Achane. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Running left, Achane. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Oh!
He's taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 13-yard line. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw.
Sanders.
Now they go screen. It's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Back to throw. Sanders. And that is caught by Caldwell. Touchdown, Raiders. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Raiders have got it back to within a score. Moody good with the extra point, and it's now 13-7. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 89 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. The tight end in motion right. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
How is Max Crosby still
lose a
in
yard
there?
there, and it's 2nd and 11. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. It's taken to the 26. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The drive starts with a run from Achane. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Achane here, they stay on the ground. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Sanders. And that's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They run for it with Carson. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A great effort there. 31 yards. And the Raiders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. A very important extra point there. Up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Here's Smith to return it. This taken in right around the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. This is 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Douglas got his man complete over the middle. That's Jordan. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. Here comes 2nd down. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Achane. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
And he's going to have a Raider first down. And that should be the one that finishes the script here. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. A give left side. Here's Achane. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. And they will take a knee here. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in week 1. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record.
Stand up. Do the he say, she say, getting no delay, run it like relay, bro. You ain't got it like this. In my can't see straight, big fur jacket from eBay, looking timeless. I gotta let my skin fade marinate. We gotta toast up, celebrate.